Luke, a win tonight against Dudley. Just before we dive into anything else, give me your first thoughts on that one.
Really good night, really enjoyable night. We've had some youth lads as well come in, which I thought were excellent. We've had a look at other players as well for next season who were also excellent, and also it was a night for our lads to get minutes and stuff like that. So it was a really good night, really successful night, especially not for our church juniors, but also for our church football club as a whole as well. And you've got to give top marks to the people who are above me and who are more involved in the club as in a business sort of level and a sort of developing a pathway as well, because they're producing talent in the ages below, and they didn't look out of place one bit tonight.
You mentioned to me on the side that we had about 5 15-year-olds and 2 other childists. What did you make of all of them tonight? How did they apply themselves?
They were really, really good. So Harrison Dodd started the game. He played full night. He was superb. He was really, really good. So did Jabari Stafford Reid. He also started. He's a 15-year-old lad. So we had a left back who's 14. We had a left-sided centre half who's 15. Both good physical lads in terms in the physique, but the way they played technically as well was superb, and they didn't look out of place. If we was to ask someone who has never come to the game before, who's the 14, 15-year-old, they won't be able to spot him. And then we also had, in the second half, Finley Alcott, who come on, and he was superb. He's not the biggest in physique, but the way he moves the ball, his first touch is excellent, the way he keeps it protected, checks his shoulders, his spatial awareness is fantastic. Eddie also come on second half. He come on right-sided centre half, and he's 15, I believe, and Finley's 14. May I just add, but Eddie come on. He was strong. He was class on the ball. His techniques were spot on. So credit to him. And then we had Lincoln, and he was fantastic as well. Lincoln Stafford Reid, Jabari Richards played left-sided centre half. Lincoln Stafford Reid, he was excellent. He come on, he tried to take people on. And look, it's never easy coming into a group with older lads and playing against older lads, but they all held their own and was excellent.
This is probably the biggest step up they've made from the youth and junior section. So just what sort of message did you give to them before they went out there tonight?
So every interview now, I think we're saying that we've got a team that's together. So I want to give credit to my lads as well, because they integrated the lads really well. They were together as one. Celebrations, the whole team was celebrating together, so it was really good. Spoke to all the young lads individually and collectively as a whole, of all 5 of them at the start, and just said, just go be confident, go and enjoy it. It's very rare that you come up to an under-18s level under the floodlights, and they've all walked in today surprised with what they've seen. Where your kit's hanging up and you've got the professional element about it. You warm up tops, and then you come back in, get changed. Didn't really speak too much tactically to all of them today. I just wanted them just to enjoy the occasion, and if I can help them develop in a little way, then I will.
From own experience, it's always the small things that make the big difference, such as fist bumps, as you touched on.
Yeah.
The professional element of it. Just how does that also highlight the pathway as well coming through?
Yeah, so look, there's a pathway at our church where 2 of our lads have gone up to the first team as well, and they would have experienced something similar to what the lads have experienced today that have come up to play with us. Like our lads are 16, 17 years of age going to play with men who are 30, 32, all experienced lads, so they understand the feeling of coming into a dressing room where people don't know you don't know a team's playing style, you don't know loads of things, you don't know if the manager's going to like you, what the manager's going to be like. And our lads were excellent. They were together, and they just put their arm around them, looked after them, and helped them on the pitch as well.
Just looking at the game, we came off the back of a really, really good win at Redditch. So what was the sort of thing you were looking for tonight? Just more of the same expression for the youth lads? What was the sort of thing you were looking for tonight? Yeah,
to show the youth lads what we're about. Also to get minutes into lads who probably haven't played a lot of minutes in the past couple of weeks. And they need it as well, because like I said, we need a whole squad fit for our next league game against Pershore. So we still need to win both games. If we win our next game, it sort of puts us, it will put us joint top on points if it ever did come to down that. And then it comes down to goal difference. So it's important for us to stay together and get lads minutes that they needed tonight, so they can kick on and help the team.
Next up, as you've just mentioned, we go to Pershaw in what is another vital match. The message to the boys will obviously be no pressure on them. Just keep working on and just do the same things we've done all season. Is that the sort of message?
Yeah, exactly
we're
that.
Trying to get across.
There's no pressure on us, and like I've said, in probably if you can go back to my interviews 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, there's no pressure on my lads to win the league. It was always, we'd like to always have won the league, but there was never any pressure from the start. We just want to improve, develop, and the main thing for the next 2 years from my boys is to get into a first team environment.